What does the most dangerous creature in the world do all day? Locked away in a chamber of reinforced, acid-filled steel, SCP-682, the hard-to-destroy reptile, doesn't just sit and wait. Its daily routine is a terrifying, calculated process of plotting, adapting, and hating. Every single moment is a step towards its one and only goal: freedom and the complete annihilation of all life. Today, we peeled back the layers of steel and acid to witness a day in the life of pure, unkillable malice. This isn't just about containment. It's about the relentless, horrifying mind of a monster that never sleeps. The first thing you need to understand about SCP-682 is that it is always thinking. Its mind is a whirlwind of cold, predatory calculation. From the moment its eyes open, or more accurately, continue to stare, it is analyzing its environment. It studies the very atoms of the walls and floor, looking for molecular weaknesses. It watches the surveillance cameras, noting their fields of view, their blind spots, and the slight hum of their internal mechanisms. It tests the strength of the reinforced glass, not with brute force, but with gentle, persistent pressure, feeling for the slightest give. Every movement from the containment staff, every shadow that flits across its chamber, is recorded, analyzed, and filed away. It is a predator that never stops hunting for an escape route, and its cage is its hunting ground. When SCP-682 is not recovering from a termination attempt, it often engages in a behavior that fills researchers with dread. Pacing, it moves back and forth across its chamber with a heavy, rhythmic gait. This isn't the restless pacing of a caged animal. This is a deliberate, tension-filled march. Wheat-hatch stip, its massive claws scrape grooves into the centigrade flooring, a constant, grating reminder of its destructive power. Each footfall is heavy, as if it's imagining the feeling of crushing bone and tearing through steel. The rhythm is hypnotic and unnerving, a metronome counting down to its next inevitable breach. It's a physical manifestation of its internal rage, a promise of the violence it longs to unleash upon the world. And then, there's the voice. SCP-682 can speak, and when it does, it's rarely pleasant. Its voice is a deep, gurgling sound, often distorted by the bubbling acid it's submerged in, dripping with pure, undiluted hatred. It will hurl insults at the researchers watching from the observation deck, calling them disgusting bags of flesh. It makes chillingly specific threats, describing in gruesome detail what it will do to them and their families. Once it breaks free, it taunts the guards, mocking their weapons in their futile attempts to keep it contained. During containment breaches or termination tests, it will often comment on the proceedings with a detached, sadistic amusement, critiquing the Foundation's methods as if it were a bored spectator. This isn't just mindless growling. It's psychological warfare. SCP-682 is also obsessed with testing its own limits. It doesn't just wait for the Foundation to try and destroy it. It actively seeks to understand its own incredible abilities. It will purposely press its massive body against the containment walls for hours, testing its strength and the structural integrity of its prison. It will stretch its limbs to their breaking point, then regenerate them stronger than before. In some of the most disturbing observations, it has been seen biting and tearing at its own flesh, inflicting grievous wounds upon itself, only to watch with cold curiosity as its body heals in seconds. It seems to provoke injury just to see how it will adapt. Will its skin grow thicker? Will it develop a new organ? This self-mutilation is a form of research, a way for 682 to weaponize its own biology against its captors. The creature's rage is not reserved for humans alone. SCP-682 will attempt to attack any living thing it detects, even through layers of reinforced containment. If it senses the faintest sign of life, be it insects crawling in the vents, rodents scurrying in the walls, or a D-class personnel being moved in a nearby corridor, it enters an immediate state of murderous fury. It will lunge at the wall in the direction of the life form, thrashing and clawing with unrestrained violence. The very concept of other life seems to enrage it on a fundamental level. Its hatred isn't a choice. It's an instinct, as natural to it as breathing is to us. The world is a disgusting anomaly that it feels compelled to correct through total annihilation. This fury is often directed at the walls of its cell. It regularly claws at the reinforced acid-resistant plates, not out of mindless boredom, but as a deliberate test of their durability. Perhaps the most terrifying aspect of SCP-682 is its constant, passive adaptation. Even while seemingly idle, its body is in a state of perpetual evidence. Researchers have observed its skin thickening into armor plates without any external stimulus. Its claws and teeth have been seen hardening into new, diamond-like materials. Its eyes will spontaneously develop new lenses to adjust to changes in lighting, or even grow new sets of eyes to eliminate blind spots. Its internal organ structure shifts and reorganizes, preparing for threats that don't even exist yet. It's as if its body is in a constant state of paranoid preparation, anticipating the Foundation's next move and evolving to counter it before it even happens. It is always one step ahead. Occasionally, SCP-682 will enter what appears to be a dormant state. It will lie perfectly still at the bottom of its acid bath, sometimes for days on end, showing no signs of movement. New personnel might mistake this for sleep, but veteran researchers know better. This is merely a low-activity mode. It's conserving energy, lulling its observers into a false sense of security. Its brain activity during these periods remains dangerously high. It is waiting, listening, and watching for the slightest flaw in its containment. The moment a camera flickers, a pump fails, or a guard is distracted, it can explode into action. SCP-682 never truly rests. Eat only whites. Feeding time is another horrifying spectacle. Food, usually in the form of livestock or specially prepared biological matter, is delivered through automated systems to avoid any direct contact. SCP-682 will consume anything that enters its cell. It has eaten flesh, machinery debris from failed tests, and has even been observed consuming parts of its own containment environment. It doesn't require food to survive, but eating serves multiple purposes. It helps fuel its rapid regeneration and growth, allows it to absorb new materials to incorporate into its adaptations, and lets it experiment with its own biology. Eating is not for sustenance. It's for evolution. The creature is also intensely aware of the human element in its containment. If guards are patrolling near its chamber, 682 will fix its ancient, hateful eyes on them. It follows their every motion silently, its head tracking them with unnerving precision. It appears to memorize their patrol schedules, their shift changes, and even their individual gaits. In some truly creepy reports, it has been observed mimicking the subtle movements of the guards, a silent, mocking pantomime. It is studying them, learning their patterns, and waiting for one of them to make a mistake. It sees the guards not as people, but as keys to a lock it is determined to pick. Ultimately, every single action SCP-682 takes, every moment of every day, is dedicated to one singular purpose: plotting its escape. This is its primary and only daily activity. From the moment it was first contained, its mind has been locked in a relentless loop of strategic thinking. How do I break this wall? What frequency will shatter that window? How many guards are on duty right now? What new form must I take to survive their next weapon? Even when the Foundation manages to sedate it, a feat that is rarely effective for long, its brain activity remains off the charts. Its body may be still, but its mind is racing, designing new ways to kill, new ways to escape, and new ways to bring about the end of everything. A day in the life of SCP-682 is a 24-hour-a-day masterclass in destruction, a countdown to a doom that the SCP Foundation works tirelessly to prevent. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the terrifying routine of SCP-682. If you find the mysteries of the SCP universe as fascinating as we do, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content. And remember to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from the archives. Stay safe, and for all our sakes, let's hope those walls hold.